You good, brother?
Nah, not at all. Nah.
No one asked you to come back to this. You already stressed. Like you already stressed over something.
I mean, when you ever had you ever been jet lagged before?
Yes.
How bad? Like, how bad was it for y'all?
I came from Hawaii, which is a time skip,
Lord.
which is a time zone of about 10 hours behind New York.
Jesus.
Yeah, that was a long, and that flight was 14 hours.
Oh, nah.
There and back.
Oh no, that's nothing what I experienced.
What you
I
experienced?
mean, I was only an hour behind, or forward. I don't remember.
From when?
And I was in Puerto Rico.
Bro, they're in the same time zone.
Are they?
Some of them, some
pretty sure
territories are, some territories are behind. Some territories are in front.
I think
It's
there's
like
like 2 in Puerto Rico.
What? You were in San Juan, right?
Yeah, close.
San Juan, is it? Yeah, Atlantic Standard Time.
Oh well, I felt jet lagged.
Bruh. I was jet lagged for like a day and a half, but I'm more like, what's the opposite of homesick? Like, I didn't want to
Sick of home.
No, I didn't.
Um,
Like,
what?
what's the opposite of homesick? Like, homesick is when you want to go home, but what's the opposite when you don't want to be home? Like, you want to be out and about. Like, you want to be
sick
away
of home.
Reckless vacation needed? I don't know what to tell you.
Whatever it
There's
is.
no term for that. It's pretty much I just need a vacation.
Sick of home is literally just the backwards version.
Whatever it is, that's what I am. I need another vacation expeditiously. Welcome to the Excuse Me Brother podcast show. I'm your host, Brother Jay, and with me tonight.
I thought we were just jumping in.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, don't happen there.
So with me tonight is my co-host.
Oh my fucking god. This is Brother Tay. Brother T. Mosquito's favorite snack this week. This shit sucks.
And I'm producer Jay.
I'm sorry, I thought mosquito was a summer thing, not a fall thing.
Mosquito time technically is whenever the weather is above 50 degrees. Because mosquitoes mostly survive in climates and that type of weather from 50 to 100.
Interesting. Well, guess where I was at? Guess what the temperature was?
110.
Not far off.
That's OD.
Not far off. It was like in the mid to upper 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Mexico's near the equator, so it's like, well, at least the part of Mexico.
It's closer.
Closer to what?
The equator.
Yes, it's closer to the
equator. God damn it!
Like the northern part of Mexico where I was at, it was pretty hot. I ain't gonna hold you, but it was that dry heat, because it's desert.
Quick question.
Quick answer.
Oh, you all steal things from me, and I don't appreciate it. I'm sorry.
I do that too.
For real, like, niggas been saying this forever.
Lies. Since we're in the time, it's like baseball postseason stuff. The Atlanta baseball team, right? The Braves.
I'm watching them right now as we speak.
So do you think because when the Braves start to rally, the crowd does like the little chop. They call it the tomahawk chop.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's racist?
Absolutely.
Okay.
100%.
I was just curious.
Dude, they have a tomahawk on their uniform.
Yeah, I know.
What does that have to do with what Braves? Like, how does that associated?
They're called the Braves, but like their things are like more. Their logo and things are central around Native Americans, or the indigenous people. What we know in the media. So like tomahawks, Tomahawks, like all the other nonsense that they do. And their logo is pretty much a tomahawk, like a tomahawk that's in a museum.
Then yeah, that's racist.
I was just curious.
It's
But
the
then-
same. It's the same reason why the Cleveland Indians changed their names to the Cleveland Guardians, and the Washington Redskins changed their names to the Washington Commanders.
Furthermore, those two names need to be changed
Oh, 100%.
because one, the Cleveland Indians, the Indians was already bad to begin with because they were calling Native Americans Indians. That's not what they were. That's why that needed to be changed. And
Yeah.
anything that calls anything Redskins, get it out of here.
Like Redskin is a slur. Like it's not
Literally, I was just about
Like-
to say, isn't it
like-
crazy that like not even 5 years ago, that was just considered okay. People were okay with it. Maybe not
Well-
5 years ago, maybe like 10, but still within
No.
our lifetime.
No, not really. People actually, it's been, I think, like when I was like 13, people were fighting for the Redskins name to be changed.
Yeah, they've been doing this for a while.
They just that the owner didn't care. The owner was like, no, Redskins is a proud heritage in the family. I was like, there's nothing proud about that name, bro.
Yeah,
Sounds like the Confederate flag flyers.
yeah.
Even, I mean, for the Cleveland Indians, at least, like, if you ever want to go back and look at their old, like, logo that they had.
Yo,
That was extremely racist.
that was crazy, bro.
To the-
Crazy.
it was
Yeah,
crazy.
it was the caricature, right?
Yo, well,
Yeah,
like,
that
oh,
was
that was wild.
He was red, had a headdress, and was smiling. It had the mean Kool-Aid smile on.
And it had I think there was other versions where it had like one gold tooth. It was wild.
what?
Whoa, excuse me, brother.
No, there was like some character. There was like some character. Some people drew it like that, where it had like one gold tooth. and,
That's
like,
insane.
and it was out of control.
Two things I want to mention about this, right? One, St. John's was ahead of the game because their mascot used to be the Red Men, right? But
The redneck.
No, the Red Men.
Oh, I should have been redneck. That'd have been funnier.
No, now hold on to that thought. All right, hold on to that thought because it's something I want to mention about rednecks, right? But
Oh,
they
here we
used
go.
to be called the Red Men. But
Uh-huh.
they caught wind that this is actually kind of racist, so they changed the name of the team from the Red Men to the Red Storm, and
Yeah.
that's why we have
That's better.
right. That's why the team is called that now, and that's why we have the mascot Johnny Thunderbird.
Ah,
Yeah,
I mean,
so
that's your
kudos to
alma. That's your
Yeah.
alma mater.
shout outs to St. John's for actually catching up on that and figuring it out. before it was too
Avoiding
late.
the
Hey.
cancellation.
Hey, if you really want to look at something crazy, there's a high school in the South where their team name is called the Cotton Pickers.
Wow.
Wow. Where in the South? What state?
I believe it's other
Mississippi.
Georgia. I think it's one of this. I'm not sure which one it is, but like their logo, it literally like their basketball gym has cotton picker and like in giant letters, and then the picture of it just a giant cotton ball in the middle, like right on the wall. It is like home of the cotton pickers, and I was like,
Who needs to be burned down? At least the gym. They need to burn that shit down. Now, another interesting
crazy.
thing is speaking of rednecks, right? So you know how they had the Cleveland Indian shirt, right? One of my mans is Frank. Shout out to Frank. He had a shirt that kind of flipped it on white folks, and it said Caucasians, and it had a picture of a white boy that looked like the Cleveland Indian mascot.
I've seen that. I've seen people wear that before.
would you cheer for? I want a team called the Caucasians just to see what it does.
Just to see how
Asians.
mad it would make them, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
it needs
they
to be a
would be-
hockey team.
They-
Need it. I need
where,
it.
Where would the city be? Like what team would what city would they represent?
Alabama needs a hockey team. We might as well throw it there.
Nah,
Alabama
you don't.
doesn't
You don't
No,
think? you
No,
don't
no,
think
no, 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 no.
Caucasian-
No, Dakota. One of the Dakotas. Because we can't put in like Washington. We can't put in some of the states that already have it. Maybe Wyoming. Ooh, Utah will be a good one.
I was
But
gonna
those
say
are maybe-
Midwestern states, the
but those
Ohio
are-
Caucasians.
But those states have Native American names. That's why I'm like,
Nah, we gotta put it. I gotta put it more
Idaho.
southern, like
no, not
Nebraska.
Native American. Nebraska, Native American. Mississippi, Native
what?
American.
Nebraska's team is
Arizona?
called no. Nebraska's team's called the Corn Huskers. I'm not. We will not argue this.
No. What I'm saying is that these states have Native American names, so you can put Caucasians there. I mean, you kind of like
No, you do that's the opposite.
Yeah.
the Nebraska Caucasians.
Are you telling me you would not? I would watch that team. I would hope they lose every day, but I watch that team.
What if they're actually good?
I mean, that's not my problem. It's still funny.
Maybe
Yeah.
New Mexico. We put New Mexico.
Oh, we could, but there's already a New Mexico team to my knowledge. Or am I thinking about Arizona?
Speaking of New Mexico, I went to Old Mexico.
You just wanted to work it back. Could have just asked.
I think I want to go back.
Texas.
Texas.
So you went through California, right?
So what I did was, I flew from here to California, and rented a car in San Diego, and yes, drove across the border. And it was a kind of a long drive. It was like 2.5 hours.
Damn.
Yeah, and I'm telling you this right now. Getting into Mexico is like walking through a store and out through the back door. It is that easy and it's that simple.
Because nobody wants to go to Mexico. Nobody escapes to Mexico.
you. Like
what kind of metaphor,
bro? Okay,
I kind of felt no. The metaphor was fine. It kind of felt like you were leading to something else much worse. I was just let down personally.
It is that easy. Or like, remember how you used to walk through the Burger King?
That's exactly what I was thinking about when you said it. That's
what?
also why I was in Co-op City.
Oh, the back entrance.
Yeah, the Burger King at least it's not closed.
It's closed.
Yeah, they closed it. Yeah, it's closed, bro.
I know.
They want people to walk. How dare they?
Bronx Landmark gone.
How dare they do that to me? I'm trying to skip through Burger King to go to the movie theater. I'm not trying to walk around with Applebee's.
It's because they wanted people to park in the back and not use the other parking just to cross over through Burger King to go to the movies, or vice versa.
What's the issue? Like, I'm using all the parking. Be happy I'm here in the first place.
But no, I also think they want people to use the paid parking next to the mall.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I was like,
yeah.
I was like, they probably want the mall. Like that new mall is there. They probably want that.
The thing is, like, you can still park outside, like right where JCPenney the entrance is.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I park whenever I go there. I don't pay for parking over there.
Yeah. You should. I mean, there's that whole other side. Even before you even get to the parking station, there's still the part where Barnes and Noble used to be. That's still free.
Well, that's not Barnes and Noble no more.
I said used to be.
Oh, okay.
I know. It hurts. It still hurts to this day.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
What is it now?
It's Saks off Fifth Avenue.
Oh, it's like some bullshit. Some bullshit. So last time I saw it was like a chandelier store or some shit. I wasn't looking.
Some Caucasoid store.
Yeah. The people from the Mountain of Caucasus have adapted it to some bullshit. That's not appreciated.
Exactly. But yeah, that's what it was like. Like, I drove through the I guess you want to call them terminals. I don't know. And the Border Patrol looked at me like, yeah, just go on right ahead. I'm like, you're not gonna stop me? No, just keep going. Okay.
It's like a easy pass.
That's exactly what it felt like an easy pass. Like, and then you just drive through the desert into the city, and I found my my Airbnb. Airbnb that I stayed in was in a gated community, and
Nice,
bruh, it was fire. It was fire. So what I plan to do, right? I don't know if I told you guys already. I think I did, but I'm gonna mention that anyway. What I plan to do is I filmed a whole bunch of stuff, right? I filmed a lot of the excursions. I filmed part of the ceremony. I filmed a lot of the reception, and I filmed some of the activities that we did.
With permission?
Of course.
Okay. Because some people are the iffy about
copyright.
Right. I already got it from my friend Eric and his wife Natalie. I was like, look, I plan to film some stuff. I'll let y'all know what I filmed so that way if you don't want it in my documentary, then I won't put it in there. And whatever I put in there, I'll show you guys and you know, y'all get the final say.
Cool.
They were cool with it. But I got like I say, yo, when I downloaded all the stuff off of iCloud last night, it took first of all, it took a half hour to download because I have over 13 and a half gigs of files to sort through, to like over an hour and change worth of footage, like
Yeah.
70, 80 photos, and then I gotta film more stuff. I gotta film myself talking and other stuff. It's gonna be a lot.
Sounds like it.
Look forward to it.
Yeah.
I look forward to not watching it and
That
just
just means you're gonna watch it.
and uploading it to the YouTube channel like I always will.
Of course.
You think I'm?
Please, you're honest.
I know.
I'm staying true to my word. I have not watched or listened to a single episode we've done so far.
Well, neither have I. So
You guys suck.
wait, you listened back to your episodes?
I listened back to our episodes. Yes, it took it took a lot to do it because I'm with Tay on this one. I don't like hearing myself talk, but
You get used to it.
yeah, exactly. After I did the first couple episodes, I was like, oh, we don't sound that bad.
Well, I'm used. I get used to it when I'm editing, but like going back to it, it bothers me. But also, whatever I put out, I put out. I'm not going back because then I feel like I got to justify some stuff. Nah, screw it. Whatever I say here, I say here. If you got a problem, or you need me to explain it, let me know. I will explain it on the next part. But whatever I said, I said.
Respectfully.
No, but when I was just editing the videos, or the audio, not on the show, I would purposely try to avoid listening to most of the podcast so I could still listen to it. But now that I'm on it, I'm just like I participated. I don't need to listen.
I know what's coming. I don't need to.
I know what I said. I know what they said.
I don't like this movie anymore. I know what's going to happen.
Nah, I disagree there because there's a lot of movies that I still watch and I get excited every time a certain scene happens.
No, I'm on the thing, like anything I've done or anything I participated in, like film wise in college, sports shows, anything before, I have not watched at all. Whatever it is, it is. I don't want.
It took me like when I used to do YouTube videos regularly, I used to watch them back just to make sure I got everything and it looks okay. But after a while, it's just like, yo, this is mad long. I'm not gonna sit here and rewatch something I already did.
Well, that's y'all. So I planned I go back. I've watched. You know how many times I watched the Chisel Adonis episode?
No,
at least 7.
7.
I've yet to watch that episode.
Go back and watch it. It was funny. It was a genuine experience, man.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like I'm just gonna stare at my face because I know I was making faces there that whole episode.
So stare at mine because I kept making faces.
Your faces, you don't have enough expressions for me. You bother me. You're too stoic.
I don't know whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
You can take it as whatever you want, man. I was gonna say something worse, but I felt like you were gonna hit me if I said what I was really thinking.
Yeah, I'll probably hit you next time I see you anyway. So,
oh, you heard that? Assault. Jeremy, call the cops. Save a brother.
Recorded.
He's already threatening me. What did I do, Lord?
What haven't you done? But anyway,
a lot of crimes, actually.
Listen, the wedding was awesome, right? It was really good to see.
Hold on. Don't you try to jump to that after you just accused me of multiple crimes. How dare you?
Watch me. Now, Jeremy, the wedding was amazing, right?
This bitch.
It was nice to see another one of my friends get married because I don't know if y'all remember last year my best friend got married in Vegas. That was a trip and a half.
You said you met this friend through your last trip to Mexico, right?
No. William did.
Okay, that's what it was.
I've known this friend since college. I met him in college. Nice. And at first I didn't like him. I'm gonna be honest.
You don't like anybody you first meet. I want you to know this is a very interesting trend that we've learned.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I liked Jeremy when I first met him.
I was gonna say I don't remember if you didn't like me.
I was also a teenager. I was not as
Hateful.
cynical, and filled with rage,
Spiteful.
He's
and
like, I'm
filled
a
with
freshman. I want to
rage
make new
and-
friends.
Right,
He had optimism in his eyes.
right. When I was 14, I was like, hey, I can't wait to meet new people, and I want to go places with people. Now I'm just like, if y'all don't leave me the hell alone.
And you had
Screw
cornrows
everybody.
back then. This is random, but I don't think you've ever had that hairstyle ever again
What?
after high school. Cornrows.
I cut my hair my second semester of college, so yeah.
Hold on. He had cornrows?
Yeah.
He was
Yeah,
Allen
looked-
Iverson?
he looked like
he
what's
looked
the
like
guy
Allen.
from Outcast.
Andre 3000. Oh, even
Andre,
better.
the other one.
Oh, Big Boy.
Big boy.
Oh, no,
Bro,
that explains a lot about you.
you are late as I don't know what.
My dude, I never asked about your past. I never looked at your pictures when you were younger. I barely look at
Yeah,
your pictures
that's why I
now.
was saying you've never had it past high school.
No, I haven't. I cut my hair. You know when I cut my hair? I cut my hair this day of Super Bowl 46. The day the second time the Giants played the Patriots. I cut my hair that day.
Why? You lost the bet?
No.
No, I just felt
Huh?
like cutting my hair that day, and
I
that
like
was the only free time I had to do it.
Tell
I
you,
was home for the weekend, and I'm like, you know what? Because I hadn't had my hair braided for like 3 months at the time, and I was contemplating it. I was like, you know what? This shit gotta go.
Jay, you want to know an interesting trend?
What?
Every time a New York team has like a very exciting run in the playoffs, like any sports, I get sick.
You got
Like-
sick again?
Physically?
No, yeah, like so when the Giants won their first one in 2000, won their World Series in 2007, I think. I caught
Did you
struck.
say the Giants won the World Series in 2007?
I did. I meant the Super Bowl. Apologies. Man,
Excuse
leave me
me,
alone.
brother.
No. I caught strep throat actually that time. So I actually couldn't I couldn't talk because like it hurt my throat to talk, and like every time I talked, like saliva would just come out my mouth, so it was terrible. So I couldn't speak.
Oh.
It was a really bad case. So I couldn't talk anything. I watched the World Series, World Series again. God damn, it's because I'm looking at baseball.
Be quiet. Turn off the TV.
Never. Because I was like watching the Super Bowl. I was like jumping up and excited and like trying my best to like cheer, but like it was just a husk of a voice coming through. On the second time when they played, yeah, pretty much that. The second time I caught the flu on their second trip to the Super Bowl, and then I think when the Rangers were having their excited time, they almost made it to the Stanley Cup. I caught COVID.
Oof.
Oh, for real?
Wow.
And remember everyone in New York City is like, Rangers are going to the Stanley Cup, we might win. I was like, look at this excitement. COVID. I was like, damn it.
Well, they what year was it that they actually did go to the Stanley Cup but lost to the Kings? Was that 15?
I don't know.
Did
I
you get
didn't-
sick then too?
No, I wasn't paying attention. It's always
Did
when
you
I'm
get sick when the Yankees won the World Series that year?
I did.
Did you get sick when the Mets went to the World Series?
When was this?
In 15.
When?
In 15.
The Mets went to the World Series? You were lying to me.
Look up 2015 World
serious?
Series.
I don't remember them.
That's
I
how
don't remember the Mets being in the
that
World
is-
Series.
listen, that is how unimportant it was. But yes, the Mets went to the World Series in 2015. They lost to the Kansas City Royals in 5 games.
Oh, you're right. I do.
Yeah, I remember.
You
I
know what's
remember.
funny? I remember cheering for Kansas City. I don't remember the team they beat.
I rooted for the Mets. I ain't gonna lie. I rooted for the Mets. But
I was so excited for Kansas City because it was like the first time since I've been alive that they weren't ass. The same reason why I was cheering for the Bengals.
They've been garbage ever since. So
Look, you got the one time you get it, you got to take it all the way. That's the same reason why I was cheering for the Bengals last year in the Super Bowl. I was like, look at them not be trash for the first time since I've been like 7,
Mm.
and watch them lose because I knew they were going to lose, but I wanted them to win.
Tragic. Absolute tragic.
It was Odell Beckham's time. Too bad he tore his ACL, but it was his time.
Does he still win a ring, even though he only played half the game?
Yeah, he did. He got his ring. He's just not playing.
Don't everybody on the team get a ring, even if they didn't play?
Yeah, everyone gets it. Well, if you were on the roster, you made it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
sometimes it just takes a torn ACL for your team to get better. It'd be like that.
It does.
Doesn't matter. Ring.
Doesn't. Well.
Okay, continue about your story about Mexico and the wedding.
Oh,
how happy you were this. I don't know.
You niggas keep sidetracking me.
Oh, he said the N word. Ooh, I'm telling you, mom.
Listen, my mother's called me a nigga plenty of times in my life, so it's nothing to her.
My mom calls you a nigga, so it doesn't matter.
She called me a nigga too, exactly. Yeah, she straight up called me a nigga one time. I was like, wow.
Oh, Jeremy, I don't know if you know about this, Jeremy, but like literally, I think Jay came to my house like one time, like to drop me off, and he met my mom, and he's like, nice to meet you, man. I'm the one who taught your son. Like all he knows at Target. She was like, am I supposed to be impressed, nigga?
Yo,
his mother's a savage, bro.
Damn, it's like what I do to you,
right, bro? Like, I wanted to leave after that.
I would too. I'm like,
I felt the Mario. I mean, the Pac-Man noise just. I
remember I looked up. I was like, my mom likes you. She normally waits a few times before she starts insulting people.
She didn't worry about making a good impression. She was just like straight there.
You know what? I respect it. As opposed to me leaving and then she comes to Tayshawn like, yo, don't ever bring that nigga back to my house.
She's never said that, but she does make comments about certain people.
Fair enough.
She made no comments about you, so you should be happy. Good. I think I remember one friend came over as soon as they left. She's like, I was like, I knew it. She was like, I knew it was that motherfucker. That Oda would not leave this house until he left. I was like, damn.
Ooh, you bringing stinky ass people to your house?
I even honestly I didn't notice until they left. I was like, damn, my room does smell a little different than normal.
Anyway, back to Mexico, right?
Mm-hmm. Back to you watching your friend get married and you feeling happy and nonsense, blah 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 blah.
The only issue that I had, and this really isn't an issue, it's more like a me problem, is just that everything was in Spanish. The entire ceremony was in Spanish. So I had William translating as much as he could, even though Mexican Spanish and Puerto Rican Spanish.
Yeah, it's completely different.
Different dialect, different everything.
Even by his own admission. So every time he had to translate, he took a minute to try and like configure the speech because like we just said, the dialogue is very different, the dialects are different. So
also the words, surprisingly, even though it's like still Spanish, some words are just different depending on what it is they're talking about, or the context rather.
Right. I mean, even there were some certain words that they couldn't even we were at a restaurant with one of our other friends, Nick, and his girlfriend, right? And I ordered a mojito, but it had a different kind of mojito. It had blueberries in it, but the word for it in Spanish was something that they couldn't translate back into English as a blueberry. So they were trying to say, I was like, okay, what's that? They were like, I don't know how to say it in English. And then I think Will was just like, oh, it's a blueberry. I'm like, y'all couldn't find a word for blueberry, like, or whatever it was. Either way, it was that was the only issue I had the entire weekend, was just that I almost couldn't understand what was going on. So I had to, but that just means I have to learn Spanish. You too, Jeremy, you have to learn Spanish.
I know enough to understand, but talking back is where I struggle.
Tishon, you can't speak English. I mean Spanish at all, can you? I mean, I
Oh
know you
no,
can't
I
speak
mean, he
English.
can't speak English either. So.
Yeah,
that's a whole fact. I can't speak any English. I speak nothing. No, I actually have I have a very high understanding of the Spanish language when I get to read it. I have a hard time speaking it because I understand it. I'm not good with the pronunciations.
And y'all want to know something funny? I got on the elevator
No.
today with these two old Spanish ladies. Yeah, fuck you. I'm telling the story anyway. I got on the elevator with these two old Spanish ladies, and they're looking at me, and one of them says something to me in Spanish, like full fluent Spanish, and I'm like, "No hablo español." And she goes, I don't know what she said, but I pretty much know that she said, "Oh, you don't speak Spanish, but you said it in Spanish."
Yeah, I was like, you just said that in Spanish, but all right.
And that's part of the reason why I like when somebody asks me if I know Spanish, I'll just tell them no, even though I know I can understand it. Trying to explain that is so difficult. I could say it in Spanish, but trying to explain that I'm not fluent in it, it
Mm,
just goes over their head, especially like with the older people. Because the
mm,
second I speak a little bit of Spanish, they think I'm fluent,
mm.
and it doesn't piss me off. It just it makes me nervous
It might
because
be.
Uh,
then I feel like pressure. It's like I don't know as much as you think I know.
It
you know
might
what
be.
also doesn't help, Jeremy? You kind of have an accent, just a
I
slight.
know. People
I
have told me
was
this.
gonna say it might be like the way you say it, because like if you say a certain way to people, if you say a certain way, they're like, "Oh, the accent's there," so he might be fluent in it.
Mhm.
Maybe
And
it's
that's
not my
another
fault.
thing. That's another barrier because okay, you obviously know we grow up around a lot of Dominicans and Puerto Ricans, and they have their own different kinds of accents. When you go to Mexico, they have their own different kind of accents. So mixing the dialect and then hearing the accent and everything in between, it can be confusing for a lot of people. It was definitely confusing for me, but
I can imagine.
that's why Will was there. He translated everything.
He did his best.
He did his best. I appreciate him. I appreciate him.
At least he was there to help you out.
Yes. But Mexico was really fun. Even though I wasn't in like the the touristy part of the country, it was still a
I
good.
was gonna say, did you do some like sightseeing while you were there?
Not really, but what we did do was we went to this street fair kind of thing called Fiesta de Sol, I think it's called.
Oh, Festival of the
Festival of the
Sun.
Sun. Yes, Festival of the Sun, Fiesta de Sol. So it's like one of those like those carnivals that's not open all year round. They just come by like once a season or something. It looked a lot like Ride Playland. We did that. It was
Okay.
mad food. Like I'm talking like street vendor fight type food, like corn and shish kebabs. Yo, I got this shish kebab. Pause, but it was the biggest shish kebab I've ever eaten in my life. I drank a lot of liquor, most liquor I've ever drunk in my life, and I didn't get drunk not once. What else did we do? Oh, we ate a hell of a lot of tacos. Oh yeah, the tacos were amazing. And yeah, that was pretty much it. There was, like I said, there was a lot of there. We weren't in the touristy part. We're more like in a hometown section, like a very residential slash industrial area. There was a lot of stores. There was a lot of homes and different kinds. It was a very desert area, but yet it was still nice. It was nice to get away from this hellhole, this godforsaken place for a weekend. I can't wait for my next trip. I'm serious. I need to get on a plane expeditiously.
Man, I need to get away too. I'm in long overdue for another vacation,
Where are you
like
going?
an actual vacation. I have no idea. I just want to go somewhere.
Well, pack
Like
your
even
bags
if
and
it's
go.
just like a trip upstate or something. I just need to get away.
We can make that happen.
I mean, you tried to get me to go to it was Mexico last year, right? Or was it somewhere else?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You tried to get it was for Will or not last year, but it was for Will's birthday.
Oh, yeah, that
This
was this
summer.
year.
Yeah, that was this year. I don't know why I thought it was last year.
we were trying to go to we were trying to go to a few places. We were kind of trying to go to DR, but then I got the promotion, so I couldn't get away that easily. Then we were trying to go to Miami for Labor Day weekend. Was it no Memorial Day weekend? I'm sorry. And then the rains came and squashed all of that. I think it's just not meant for me to go to Miami because that's the second time a trip to Miami got canceled on me. So
You gotta go in the off season. Like, don't go during the summer or the spring. You gotta go like in the winter.
the fuck?
Yeah,
Who goes to Miami in the winter?
a lot of people. That's to get away from the cold.
Say if you're trying to say something, we can't hear you.
I didn't say anything, honestly.
Oh,
No, your thing
that
is
was-
doing the clicking.
yeah.
Oh, that's my fault again. Sorry.
This nigga here.
Yo,
But
what
yeah,
the
man.
fuck?
Why are you cussing?
No, something fell in my kitchen.
Oh,
It could
take
be
that
the
out.
ghost.
You got a ghost in your house, yeah.
I mean, my roommate believes there's a ghost in the house. There's no ghost in the house.
Tis the season.
Just a season for this nigga to kiss my nuts if he's real.
Hey, yo. Excuse me.
Damn, what does ghost do to you?
Nigga, this is my house.
Excuse me, brother.
It could have been their house
I
before.
don't give a fuck. You ain't alive no more, dude. Move on. Whatever you looking for, not here no more. I can guarantee you. I guarantee it ain't here.
Sage, some incense.
I ain't giving a sing. No, I'm telling you right now, it ain't here. Oh, you want to know a funny thing? Actually, I had a sleep paralysis attack like last week.
Oh, that's scary.
No, you want to know the funniest thing?
Funny? What?
So I knew it was a sleep paralysis attack because like I woke up and like the TV was going. I was like, I always turn off the TV when I go to sleep, so I know this is nonsense. And I couldn't move, and I see something opening my door and coming in, and I was like, "Yo, if you gonna do something, do it." And it literally looked at me and joked at me.
This nigga got
Wait,
spirits in
what?
his house.
In my own dream, I was shit talking the ghost that was attacking me that woke me up. I was like, "Yo, what you gonna
Oh, it
do
was a
about
dream.
it?"
I thought you were talking about like this was a.
No, it was a sleep paralysis attack. It was a dream. You're always when you're having a sleep paralysis attack, you are still technically sleeping. Always remember that.
Oh, then maybe
But-
I had. That's what I had when I was younger. Then.
Yeah, there's other names for it, like harps and stuff. I'm not sure if I ever said that correctly, but like you think you're awake, but you're not, and you like sometimes you'll just see things. They're not there. It's just like it's technically a nightmare.
Yeah.
So in my nightmare that I knew was a nightmare, I shit talked the demon that came from me, and he got mad at me and killed me. And I woke up and called it a bitch, and called it a bitch,
This nigga
You
got
sure
spirits in his
showed
house.
and went right back to sleep.
Nigga, you have spirits in your house.
I don't give a fuck what I have in this house.
Say that now.
Until it kills me, even if it kills me, I still won't give a fuck.
You gonna have a situation where, like in the Paranormal Activity, where you get possessed. One of y'all gets possessed by the spirit in the house and throws the other one at the camera to end the movie.
I'm not having a camera, and if my roommate gets possessed, I'm laughing my ass off. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you won't be laughing when she's standing over you sleeping.
Yo, she gonna have to kill me because I'm gonna kill her then. I keep knives near my bedroom.
So, Jeremy, what did you do this weekend? Good God.
Welcome to the streets, baby. You actually?
I went to Comic-Con.
Oh, how was that?
That was amazing.
Someone
So-
died in Comic-Con.
I know. I literally just heard about that yesterday. But
Someone
that wasn't when I was there, so
That's wild.
yeah, I know, it was crazy. But no, I had a really great time. It was a different experience because I went before. I went in 2018,
Mm-hmm.
but I just went because I was just like my first time. So I was just there just to see everything that I had to offer. I went on a Thursday and that was packed, but that had nothing on like what I experienced this time. It was like literally shoulder to shoulder. I could barely move.
This time or last time?
This time. Last time there was a little bit of breathing room. Yeah, it was crowded, but it didn't feel too bad. It was like a crowded train station. Like there's space, but there's a lot of heads. But like this time, it was like a crowded train car.
Did it smell like BO and Cheeto dust?
Uh, thankfully,
Yes.
no.
Yes. Oh, word?
Yeah, no, it didn't. I mean, it didn't smell like anything. Obviously, there was like I don't want to say. I feel like must is a bad. Like it wasn't bad, but like you could feel it. Like you could feel the heat from everybody there.
Ugh.
So it was in the air, but it didn't smell bad. It was kind of hot. But
Like
yeah,
MTA
so
hot?
well, I don't know.
Like it was musky. That's what I'm asking.
Kinda, yeah. Like when you go on like an underground train station, kind of like that.
Yeah. That's what I meant. Like it was just musky.
Yeah. But yeah, so like I said, last time I went just regular, but this time I cosplayed.
Uh-oh.
And I cosplayed as the Mandalorian,
Uh-oh.
which it was good, and I got lucky because so in the group chat, I remember when we were talking, I was asking a bunch of questions to Isaiah and Steven that because they know they've been to a few times and Will. Actually, funny thing, I was actually trying to look for Will because he was supposed to be there on Friday, but
He was.
yeah, but I trust me, like I couldn't even find my own brother. He was there, and on the phone with him, trying to like coordinate where we were at, and still couldn't find each other. It took us like 20 minutes.
You have Will's number?
I don't have Will's number.
I asked for it.
Oh, that I didn't know. I should have, but it was just one of
Be
those things.
smart.
If he's there, I'll say hi. But you know, and plus because I was in cosplay, he wouldn't even know it was me.
He knew that you were Mandalorian.
There was a few Mandalorians there, so
Yeah, but none that are Jeremy.
well, he didn't know because the mask was on.
Well, you could have taken the goddamn mask off, no, and said, "William, it's me."
Well, yeah, I would have done that if I saw him.
Good
But like I
Lord,
said,
be
it was packed, so you had to know where each other were. And plus, I didn't have my phone out because I had gloves on that I couldn't use my phone with. So I had my fiance hold my phone for me and her phone, so she was doing the coordinating while I was all just looking like a Mandalorian.
You dragged Natalie to that place.
I didn't drag her; she wanted
She
to
won't.
come.
No, don't assume. I doubt that Jeremy can drag her anywhere. Personally,
No, I can't. She
Like,
wanted to do this, and
just
she wanted to cosplay with me.
yeah, just on the ethics that I seen, there's no way in hell Jeremy can force her to do anything.
Yeah, no, she would have been like, okay, go have fun. If she really didn't want to go.
Jeremy be like, you come with me to this, bitch. Who you talking to? Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. Don't act like this is not a thing. That's a 50-50 relationship.
So we know who wears the pants in your relationship, Jeremy.
They have a
Nobody
conjoined pair
wears
of
the
pants.
pants.
Nobody wears pants.
They wear 3-legged pants together, and sometimes they wear skirts. Stop hating. You just mad.
You know what? Go for it. Whatever floats y'all boat. Man, listen.
Anyway, so yeah, so she was doing like all the coordinating, and we met up with one of her cousins that was there.
So not
And-
only did you drag her there, you put her to work.
We just went through this. What is wrong with you, brother?
This was her idea because
was
I was
her
gonna try to like handle my phone, but I literally could not even open it.
The
So
gloves were that big. Pause.
they weren't big. It's just it didn't work with my screen. I don't know.
Okay.
But anyway, so yeah, so it was just so different. Like when you're dressed up, because normally, I mean, if anybody knows me in real life, at least when you first get to know me, I'm very like to myself, kind of timid. I don't really talk much or whatever. But once I come out of my shell, like I'm more like animated and I can talk or whatever. But obviously, if you're in a big place like that, it can be intimidating, and you get overwhelmed by how many people there, and like you can kind of get into like your own shell or whatever. But when I was wearing the cosplay, I felt like a different person, and it didn't. Well, I guess it did help that not to brag, my cosplay was actually pretty good, so people wanted to take pictures of me.
Yeah, your shit was fire, bro.
Yeah, like I mean, I was always like, it looks okay, but everybody was literally every 5 minutes, people were asking, "Oh, can I take your picture? Can I take your picture?" And it was just a great feeling, and it made me feel more comfortable.
You only went on Friday?
Yeah, I only went on Friday, cause them shits is expensive.
Yeah. How much was the ticket for Friday?
Well, I think this year they did it differently because when I did it last time, they had different pricing scales. Like I went Thursday last time, and that was only like $45. But then if you wanted to go on like Saturday, that was like 75 or 80, something like that. So they scaled it, but this time it was all the same price. It was $65 any day. And then they had a package for all days. And yeah. So I guess it wasn't that expensive in hindsight because I went on Friday, and Friday is usually the heavy days.
Interesting.
And yeah. No, but the best part, and this is how you can tell like I'm a father, is when little kids were coming up to me to take pictures, and like I instantly like got into character. And there was one who was like a Jedi, a small like a little Jedi, and I
Mhm.
like bowed to him, and it was really cool. Um, but like I got into character, and I don't know if it's because I was wearing the mask that it made it easier. Um, it just felt natural for me to get into that mode when I had the costume on.
The mask was your true self.
Probably, yeah. But
So
that shit
like,
was hot. It got hot in that mask. Not gonna lie.
did you put in the fan like Steven told you to?
I didn't
Mm. Mm-mm-mm.
because I didn't want to mess with that.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Because I tried to, but the way I did, I got the wrong fan, and it was loud. And he told me to get a different one, but that one's like $40. I'm not about to spend $40 on a fan.
I mean, you spent money on those tickets and the cosplay material. What's $40 more?
Like, come
Hey,
on, dude.
listen, if you do that, like you would never end it. Like that's the problem. Like I kept adding on. Like I'm gonna tell you. I mean, this is.
Look. I mean, you decided to do this, sir.
I know.
I mean,
No, you're right. You're right. I'm not.
But
I'm
you gotta
not
go hard.
complaining.
you just gonna half-ass it? Yeah, damn, that's wild. I
Go
thought
hard.
you were better than this. I'm not gonna lie to you. I blacked out for like 5 minutes and just returned. So I'm sorry.
Wow. Thanks.
It's okay. We
Nice
didn't
to know
miss
that
you.
you're not listening to me.
Right. Like, it's okay.
It's
Whoever.
not. I'm not gonna lie. It's not your fault. I did a lot of building today for my job, so I'm
It's okay,
really.
Jeremy. I was listening.
That's
Thank
because he has nothing. He has nothing. But know what? I want you to know I'm only like this because of what made me upset before we got here, and it is Jay's fault.
It'll be all right.
Focus.
Anyway,
Yeah. It was a great time, and I'm already pre-planning next year. So
are you going back as Mandalorian?
More cosplay.
I don't know. I want to just because I spent freaking so much money on this costume, and that was on the low end. I easily cleared $800.
Might as well buy that. Might as well buy that fan now.
You're like, hello, come on now.
You're gonna spend $800. How you gonna spend $800 on this and then go like 40's too much? What is this?
For a
What?
fan?
Yes, for a fan.
You
yes.
pay how much? What was the most expensive thing you bought on that? I want you to.
The
Yes.
most expensive thing was the armor itself.
How much was that?
That was total like maybe no. It was like 300.
It was
Maybe
$300.
like 350 because I had to pay for shipping.
$350 on a whole armor, and you can pay less than 300. And I take away $310 for a fan, and you over here complaining? Look how much space you don't make to me. Sorry, it was just a fan.
You got
Listen,
your
man.
priorities all mixed up.
Over here smelling.
Jeremy, yes.
What? You forgot my name?
That's worse than me.
Yeah, not gonna lie.
Listen, there are a lot of J's in my mental space for names. There are too many J's. I'll call him.
So your excuse is that your mental space doesn't have enough for your best friend from high school. Got it.
right? Damn.
Yet
son.
I'm the ass because I blacked out from being a little sleepy from working too much. Got it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you make great sense to me.
I make perfect sense.
You don't.
Sense.
Impeccable sense. Ooh, look at you using that calendar for big words again. I'm so proud of you. That
Jeremy,
Christmas
yeah,
gift
no,
didn't go to waste.
I don't know if I'm gonna dress up as that again, but I do like the armor idea because I'm a little chubby, so it hides it
Not
easier.
chubby. You just got a lot of muscle. Don't call yourself fat in this show. You're not fat.
I didn't say I was fat. I said I'm chubby.
Not chubby. A little more muscular than the average person of your height.
Sure.
Your short height.
Did
I
you
was gonna
This
insult
is
you.
just disrespect producer Jay. You know I could just trash this episode right now,
You better not.
and we'll always start time tonight.
Look, you gonna get regardless of this episode gets like, I'm still gonna have these jokes on hand for you, buddy. Regardless if you like it or not.
Jeremy, shout out to people who made the armor for you.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, let me get their name because
You don't even know the manufacturer's name.
no, because it's like it's
wait, hold on.
it's weird.
Let him get that as we talk about the return of the return of a certain character to WWE that made me very excited on the weekend.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Bray Wyatt.
Yeah,
I love his stuff so much.
yeah.
I was hype. Not
So,
gonna lie.
Okay, quick side note when it comes.
Oh, by the way, before we get into it, it's J Toku Toku costume. They're on Instagram. They have a website, but you can do it through Instagram. Is how I did it.
Send it to. I'll send it to me because maybe we can. Let's see what their costumes are like. We can do something for Halloween. I got like 3 parties to go to.
I mean, it's probably too late to do Halloween costumes.
It's never too late.
It is definitely too late.
For them?
Not with that attitude.
Listen,
They took 3. Actually, they took 4 months to finish the armor.
Yeah, I mean they were doing armor. Like if I just want them to do a shirt and shorts, I think they can do it quickly.
Anyway, I mean, maybe you could do it for next year or any other con. But
I'll
yeah.
think about it. There's one I do want to cosplay one day at a con.
As who?
Don't worry about
Static, you know what? You could be Static Shock. I can envision you as Static Shock.
I do have a lot of dreams of me doing electricity.
And your hair.
The hair does work out too.
Yes, it does.
Anyway, Bray Wyatt.
So you know what why I think people like Bray Wyatt so much. One, he could have lasted in the Attitude Era if you ask me, because he has a character and he plays it very well. They got away from the character portion of wrestling. You know what I mean? Now it's more, everything's more reality based. Like the wrestlers are basically exaggerated versions of themselves, if you will. Like the New Day, like them niggas is really like that. Like plays jumpy, campy, ridiculous half the time. That they're really like that.
Well, now because the old one when they first started, they were like churchgoers and stuff,
right? And it didn't work.
But now they're the ones that they are now is just their true personalities and stuff.
Initially, even before then, they were heels.
Yes, they were. Yep. They were.
It was supposed to be like an like a authoritative like black group.
Kind of like Nation of Domination?
Yeah, kind of like that. But I think they didn't want to do that because I think literally like maybe a week or 2 after that, Ferguson happened.
Oh.
Yeah, so they shut that shit down.
That would have been the perfect time to go with it, though.
No. That would have. I get where you're going with that, but honestly, the way their writers and the way that I feel like that would have went definitely would have definitely hurt the system.
Yeah, no, and not to mention wrestling fans can be very vile.
You know what?
And,
That
and a
happened.
lot of them are racist.
And
Yes.
yeah, they're very scum. Yeah, that's true.
So
It's good on WWE for nixing those plans.
the same thing they did with that character that was supposed to be from Israel or not Israel,
Oh,
Iran,
no.
Muhammad.
Oh, Muhammad
Muhammad
Hassan.
Hassan, yeah.
Yeah, and then like I think when he was like going into like a main thing with the Undertaker, I think like a terrorist attack happened.
Yeah,
So they had
it
to-
was
they had
in
to
the
nix-
UK.
Yeah, they had to nix the whole thing.
It was the London bombings.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
2005. And you know what's crazy about that storyline? He was supposed to beat the Undertaker and then go on to win the chip,
Yep.
but
Yeah,
the Knicks it
Literally
because
just circumstance. Like he did nothing wrong.
nothing.
anything. He played his character very well.
And what's crazy is the guy is Italian. He's not even Arab.
Wait, is he? I thought he was Canadian.
No, he's
I honestly-
Italian.
Oh, I thought it was Canadian too, actually.
Oh, that dude was Italian. Now
Oh,
he's
well.
a teacher.
Oh well,
Oh yeah, he is a teacher. I remember hearing
Teacher
that.
now. But
look,
but
man,
my point
make
is
the best what you got.
they started to get away from the characters in the shows. You know what I mean? Like you had Kane, you had Undertaker, you had even The Rock and Triple H. They were characters. You know what I mean? Exaggerated. You know, different versions of somebody else. Now everybody's just basically themselves, and it kind of takes away from it. Bray Wyatt is a character. That whole Wyatt family were characters. You know what I mean?
That's why he stands out.
Exactly. And he does it so well. Like almost too well. You know what I mean?
He has a mind for that type of character. Which
Oh,
is why
that's-
when he said he was gonna do movies when they first fired him, that he was gonna work on movies, I was like, yes, that's perfect. A perfect transition for someone like him.
Horror movies or like
Yeah, horror movies. He was
Horror
gonna
movies.
team up with Tom
Yeah.
Tom Savini
mhm.
to like make costumes for more, and I think he was working with a production company, but obviously nothing.
Yeah,
came.
no, they did a movie.
They did.
Yeah, I forgot. It was like it's like two movie. It's like something I forgot what it was, but no, they did a whole production of it.
Is it like an indie film kind of?
I think so. It hasn't been released yet, and they haven't released the name because I think they're still in the editing process. But he did he did a whole movie.
Oh well, I will be first in line.
When it comes out, we'll know when it comes out. I don't think he was in it, but you'll know when it comes out because he'll definitely he'll do it in his own special way, try to advertise it.
Right.
Apparently he's gonna be on SmackDown now, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, he's gonna be exclusive to SmackDown.
Good, he's better on SmackDown.
When they finally, I think they're gonna when they do that draft that they probably need to do
They need to do it soon.
to make people.
Yeah, I was never a fan of the. You know, I was talking to one of the supervisors at work today. And he was like, he liked it better when Monday night flowed into Thursday night. I was like, nah, I kind of like the separate brand kind of thing because it makes you want to watch both shows. 'Cause
Right.
You're only going to see certain people on certain shows.
Right.
I think that's why I started watching it. I mean, that's what helps you.
It gives guys more opportunity to be on TV.
Right. You know, I was more of a SmackDown guy, and I know y'all talked about this during the show that y'all did on wrestling, but you know,
I'm sure we
I
didn't.
you didn't.
I'm sure
Oh,
we
we did.
did.
We talk about like SmackDown and Raw, like what we watched growing up.
Right.
Yeah, I don't. Lord
Like
knows I don't remember.
obviously we.
Well, you don't listen to the episode back, so
I honestly do not remember.
Well, I remember you guys spoke about your preferences, and
These nuts. Sorry, it slipped out. Continue.
is there a way to kick niggas off the channel? Like, can you do that on Discord?
I don't think so.
You
No,
cannot
you can.
remove. You cannot remove me. I am here to stay forever.
I'll find a way. God damn.
I am in your fucking dreams, bitch.
Yeah. If I'm dreaming about you, there's something seriously wrong with my.
I'm the boogeyman, and I'm coming to
Having the
get
sleep
you.
paralysis.
I am the sleep paralysis demon. That's what you didn't understand.
Jesus Christ! I can at least mute you.
You could. Craig would still get me though.
I'll block you.
You can't block me.
Yes, I can.
I'm paying.
I can definitely block you on here.
Stop
Anyway,
hating.
anyway, I was more of a SmackDown guy. Also, I think they had better storylines and better and more entertaining wrestlers. But that's
Yeah.
just me. That was I. What's next, fellas?
So next is read off where they can reach us.
Oh, Tay.
You called for me?
Yeah.
Oh God. You can reach us at reach out to us. You can send us emails at excusemebrotherpodcast@gmail.com. You can reach out to me on You can reach out to me on Instagram on excuse_me_brother. And that's with an A, not an ER. I already made the joke before, I'm not gonna do it again. Maybe next week. Like I said, it's with an A, not an ER. For all you racist all people out there, you can reach me on Instagram. Always, please follow us on the podcast streaming sites from what was it? Google, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Overcast, Simplecast, podcast.com.
There has to be an easier way to like
I'm sure
like a landing page. We spoke about it briefly, but
we'll make a website eventually.
Sega
Maybe.
Dreamcast.
I know. I do know how to make websites. I'm just too lazy to make one at the moment.
Oh, you lazy motherfucker. Anyway,
And please like and subscribe. Please like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Excuse me, brother. And then look forward to our future developments.
oh yeah, we got some stuff coming through the pipeline, y'all. Stuff on the
Pipeline.
game,
like your
y'all.
documentary.
Yeah, look.
That I won't watch.
Huh?
What?
Excuse me. That's what I thought. You know what? We're gonna end this episode with a rant. But I'm gonna introduce a new segment. It's called "Tell Them Why You Mad." Tell them why you mad, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna tell y'all why I'm mad. You know what pisses me off? You know what really grinds my gears?
What?
You know how there's
I'm sorry. I was really expecting you just to go on. I wasn't really expecting you. I didn't think you was actually waiting for our answer. Honestly, sorry.
so you know how there's a whatchamacallit, a popcorn button on the microwave?
Yes.
Yes.
Why is it that even though there is a popcorn button on the microwave, every bag of popcorn tells you not to use that button? It's confusing. I hope they know that.
Really?
Yes. There's at least on Pop Secret. There's a bag on the bag. It tells you do not use the popcorn button. So then why have it there on the first place? Huh? Listen,
it burns it to me all the time.
Listen, I think it's a plot by the white man to make sure that you don't have good popcorn, because either they're going to tell you to use the popcorn button on the machine, but then on the bag it tells you not to use it, so that way you either burn your popcorn or you don't get good enough popcorn. There's no in between. And it makes you buy movie theater popcorn, which is always salty and goddamn it, AD went down again. Good Lord, this man cannot stay on the field. I mean, on the court. Anyway, what was I saying?
What the fuck? I didn't even know the Lakers were playing.
Preseason. None of this stuff matters. But anyway, it's a plot by the white.
They probably do it so you don't burn the popcorn, because not every popcorn requires the same amount of time to pop.
No, it doesn't. But honestly, every time I feel like every microwave is very different. But like normally when they hit the popcorn, it normally goes like 3 minutes, which is a lot.
The last bag of popcorn I had said 4. I'm
Jesus.
like, for all that, I might as well use the popcorn button.
That's what I'm saying though. Like maybe it's because they require more time, some require less, so it's not universal.
Hold on, if I ever got a bag of popcorn that told me that you need to put it on for 4 minutes, that is a whole lie. Why? I don't even want it no more.
Bro, after like 2.5, I was like, okay, this is done. I'm not gonna go any further with this.
Like, I don't even hear popping anymore.
Right. And if you don't hear popping no more, that means that it's finished. And sometimes you still hear it after you stop the machine. I mean the microwave, and then get that like one little pop, 2 little pops there, it's still popping. So what's the point of the button if you're just gonna tell me not to use it?
Prop, lock, and drop it.
See, you know what? I'm gonna do some detective work and some investigative journalism. We'll get back to y'all on this next week. Till next time,
You
y'all.
remember.
My boy is really gonna look up where the popcorn button came from.
We're gonna start out. I'm gonna remind you. What was your findings on the popcorn mystery?
I ain't gonna have no fucking answer.
I'm gonna have all the answers. I'm gonna have all the answers, Sway.
You got I was just gonna say
I
that.
have all the answers, Sway. All of them. Peace, love, soul.
Did you ever actually before we ended? Did you ever see the thing? I mean, there was like a thing. Kanye goes back. He's like, "You don't got the answers, Sway," and he goes like, "You know, I have to look it back. It looks like Slade did have the answers."
Of course, Sway had the answers. Of course, he did. Kanye was just being he was being Kanye. He's being himself.
But we will talk about Kanye next time
on the Excuse Me Brother podcast show.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Peace, hair grease.
Let him in.